Before we dive in, remember this. Every democracy lives or dies by who gets to speak. If you believe voices should never be silenced, hit subscribe, stay engaged, and let's walk through the day that changed Congress. The House chamber hummed with tension. Representative Jasmine Crockett, a former civil rights attorney, stepped forward to speak on a controversial voting rights bill. The air felt electric. The stakes, enormous. Before she could finish even 3 sentences, Speaker Mike Johnson's voice cut through. The gentlewoman is out of order and will be seated. A chill rippled through the chamber. Her microphone went dead. Crockett didn't move. "Mr. Speaker, I have been recognized for my allotted time." But Johnson doubled down. "The gentlewoman from Texas is no longer recognized." And with that, one of the most shocking moments in modern congressional history began. Crockett stood still, refusing to back down. Johnson's voice echoed. "The gentlewoman is banned from speaking for the remainder of this session." Gasps filled the chamber. Democrats rose in outrage. But what no one expected was what came next. From across the aisle, murmurs began. A few Republicans, stunned, looked at one another. This wasn't politics anymore. This was the principle. Crockett, calm as ever, said quietly, "With all due respect, there is no rule that allows you to silence an elected member without a formal vote." The parliamentarians flipped through rule books. Even they looked uncertain. Every camera in the room caught what happened next, democracy wrestling with itself in real time. Then, a voice from Johnson's own side. Representative Tom Cole rose. "Mr. Speaker, I believe we should consult the parliamentarian before taking such an extraordinary action." The room froze. A Republican had challenged the Speaker. Moments later, Democrat Jim McGovern stood. "I move that the House vote on whether Representative Crockett should be allowed to speak her allotted time." A tense pause, then a second voice, this time from the GOP. "I second the motion." It was Brian Fitzpatrick, a moderate Republican. Gasps, cameras clicked, the chamber transformed into a battleground of conscience. When the votes came in, the board lit up like fireworks. 290 yay, 145 nay. Dozens of Republicans had broken ranks. Speaker Mike Johnson had been overruled by his own House. "The gentlewoman from Texas is recognized for 5 minutes." The words landed like thunder. Crockett straightened her papers, looked around the chamber. "Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and thank you to my colleagues on both sides who defended the principle that every voice deserves to be heard." She lifted a thick binder. Inside are 372 sworn statements from Americans denied the right to vote. Her voice carried the weight of decades of struggle. Sarah Johnson, 68, turned away because her license expired during the pandemic. Marcus Washington, 24, waited 7 hours in line to vote. Each name she read pulled the room tighter. Faces softened. Even her opponents listened. "Freedom isn't freedom if you can't speak, and democracy isn't democracy if you can't vote." The applause was restrained at first, then unstoppable. Within hours, the story went viral. Hashtag Let Her Speak flooded every platform. Clips of Crockett's mic being cut, replayed millions of times. Conservative and liberal analysts alike called it unprecedented. Even Fox News host Trey Gowdy said, "Silencing debate instead of winning it on merit is never the right move." By nightfall, 35 Republican members released a statement condemning Johnson's action. The Speaker's attempt to silence one lawmaker had ignited a bipartisan revolt and revived a national conversation on democracy itself. Outside the Capitol, Jasmine Crockett spoke to reporters. "Today wasn't about me. It was about the right of every American to be heard." Beside her stood 95-year-old civil rights legend James Lawson, who said, "We fought this same fight 60 years ago. The struggle continues, but today democracy won around." That night, one image defined the moment. Crockett, Lawson, and a young activist standing side by side. 3 generations, 1 mission. In trying to silence one woman, Speaker Mike Johnson amplified a movement. And in defending her right to speak, the House reminded the nation what democracy truly means. But history only echoes if people keep it alive. If you believe every voice deserves to be heard, in Congress, online, or at the ballot box, subscribe, share this story, and stay part of the fight for truth.